Hi everyone, my name is Alexa and I'm an intern at the Girl Scouts of Nassau County. I am entering my senior year of college, but I used to be just like you. I used to be a Girl Scout growing up. Well, actually, I still am a Girl Scout as I have my Girl Scout lifetime status. But I'm originally from Illinois, so I'm not in New York right now, but I'm really excited and happy to be able to be with you all virtually. So just like any other meeting, we're going to start with the Girl Scout promise. So 3 fingers up with your right hand. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. So, today I'm going to be talking to you all about journaling. We're living in a very difficult time right now than what we're used to. We're feeling a lot of new emotions, so it's important to take a minute to stop and to take note of what you're feeling in your environment. So something that I like to do is to journal. So whenever I can take 5 to 10 minutes, I sit down in a quiet space. I take out my journal or the notes app on my phone and I just write down how I'm feeling in that moment. If I'm feeling sad or stressed out, I write it out and it helps me clear my head. But you don't always have to write about when you're sad. Sometimes something happy or exciting happens, you can write about that. Or nothing could be happening at all and you could be writing about what's outside your window. As long as you're writing something, that's journaling. And that's really the fun part about journaling, is that you can really make it your own. You can doodle across the pages, add stickers or notes all around it. You don't have to limit yourself to just words. In fact, you may have seen a pretty cool document on the Girl Scouts of Nassau County website called your 2020 Safe at Home Time Capsule. So you can find that on the Girl Scouts of Nassau County website on the Girl Scouting at Home page under activities. So in that time capsule, I printed a few pages here, but there are tons of activities that you can do just so you can have a snapshot of your life of what's going on in quarantine right now. We're really living in unprecedented times, but it's really cool to look back on these times and how you were and the things that you were into and who you were quarantining with, and just to remember that when you're a little bit older than you are now. So the first page of that is it's just a little checklist of the things that you're going to do inside the time capsule, but the next page is to draw a picture of everyone in your household. So you can read that. I'm going to draw really quick, just, a picture of the people who are in my household. So first I'm going to draw my grandma. My grandma is a nurse, so she is working. And that's my grandma, a little stick figure of my grandma. And then I'm going to change my color. I'm going to draw a picture of my dad. He is also working and also helping me film this video. And then I'm going to draw a picture of my little brother. He's a senior in high school. He's very tall though, so I had to make him look tall. And then I'm going to draw myself. I have long hair. My favorite color is pink, so I drew myself in pink. And then I'm going to draw my dog, Lucy. Because you can't forget your dog. She has a curly tail because she's a pug. And that's my family at home, quarantining. So, you don't have to do your time capsule all in one setting. You should take your time, really think about the pages that you're filling out, because it's time for you to reflect on the experiences that you're going through right now. But something that we're going to do today is to make a cool journal cover for your time capsule. So this is one that I made. I didn't put the rest of the rings on, but this is made out of a cereal box. So we're going to make a cool cover for your time capsule workbook or any other journals that you have. You can really make this your own. You can cut it down to different sizes. But for this project, you're going to need a cereal box. So I have a new one here that I'm going to make with you. You're going to need some yarn or some string. I found some cool pink, multicolored pink yarn that I'm going to use. And then you're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need a hole punch. Unfortunately, I've lost my hole punch, so I asked my dad to put some holes in the cardboard box. So if you don't have a hole punch at home, that's perfectly okay. Just ask an adult or an older sibling to help you make the holes in your journal. And then, optionally, you can have decorations. So I grabbed some paints, I have some spring colored markers, paintbrush, but you can really use anything. You could glue down some construction paper, some scrapbook paper, you could put different stickers on it, glitter, or you can just draw on it with a pen and pencil. So let's get started. So you're first gonna do is you're gonna take a empty cardboard box for your cereal box, but you can use an oatmeal box, anything that really is like this cardboard material, and you're gonna start cutting it open. So I'm taking one of the edges, I'm taking the right edge that's closest to me, and I'm just gonna cut it all the way down. And this journal that you're making is going to fulfill the create it component of the Girl Scouting from Home patch, so that's really cool. So make sure you write that down on your log so you can keep track of all the activities that you're doing. So now you're gonna have an opened up cardboard. So now there are all these flaps around the side, and I'm gonna mark them with a pen just so I know where I'm cutting. So I have this flap I have to cut off, these down at the bottom, and the edges, just so I make sure I don't cut off any cardboard that I'm gonna need. So as you can see, you're gonna cut off the top flap, the side flap, the bottom flap, these two little flaps on the top and bottom, this flap on the top, and this flap on the bottom. So I'm gonna cut those then. Okay, so I'm cutting the last of the bottom flaps off, and I can just cut this all the way through. If you're uncomfortable cutting them off, just ask a parent, an adult, or an older sibling to help you out. So I'm gonna put these scraps off to the side. We're not gonna need these. Put the scissors off to the side. So you're gonna have a clean box. All the edges are cut off, all the extra flaps. We do have this middle piece, right? So it still kind of makes that cardboard shape. And what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna fold it in half. So do you see? We're gonna fold it so it lays completely flat. So you want it to bend it a little bit just so you can fold it right in the middle of this edge piece. And you're gonna press it down and lay it completely flat. And then you're gonna flip it inside out, because you want this blank cardboard to be showing. And just make sure you can sort of line it up on the edges, but it also doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Really make it your own. Sometimes I like to use the edge just to make it a little bit more flat. So you're gonna have what looks like a book. It's gonna open up to the cereal. And it doesn't matter if it's upside down or right side up. So next, at this point, you can start decorating if you'd like, or you can wait till the end. I might start decorating a little bit with some markers. I have some paint, some white paint. If you're gonna use paint, wait till the very end. If you wanna use markers, you can write, you know, my 2020 time capsule. But you can, you know, make it a little bit prettier than that. But just, you know, writing on it so you know what it is. Writing a date is always important so you know when it was done. So now that I have that, I don't have my hole punch, but I'm gonna ask my dad to help me punch some holes on the side, just like we did here. We did some holes, and then you're gonna make sure, you need to cut 3 pieces of string. So now you should have nice big holes at the bottom, the middle, and the top of your journal. So you're gonna lay that flat, and what you're gonna do next, and what I did with this example already, is you're gonna lay your time capsule journal, or the pages that you're gonna use within your journal, inside of your cereal box journal, and make sure that you mark where the holes are. So this one I've already done, but you can see there's a hole right here, and I already put my pages inside, lined them up where I wanted, and I'm gonna draw a little hole with a pen so that I know exactly where to put the holes in the pages, because you want it all to line up. And then you'll be able to tie your yarn. So next, you're gonna take your yarn or string. I have this fun yarn, and I measured out, you don't have to measure it out, but I measured out about 9-10 inches, just to give myself a little room so I can make a cute bow and make it nice and pretty. So I'm gonna take this string and just kind of line it up with the string next to it and make 3, I just need the scissors, make 3 pieces, because those will tie into the 3 holes that you just made in your cardboard box. So I line them up next to each other so that they're even. and I just cut the loops. And then I have 3 pieces of string. So you're gonna take that string, I don't have any paper in here right now, but once you have your paper measured out and the holes put through them, you're gonna take your string and you're gonna put it through the holes. You're gonna pull it through, and then you're gonna tie a little bow. You can just tie a knot, however you'd like that to look. But you need a string to keep all of your pages and the journal covers together. So I'm making a bow, and it's gonna look something like that on top. You see how you're tying it together? So then that way, everything that's tied with it is gonna stay inside. So I'll tie the other 2. You can see how it looks. It might be a little tricky to get the yarn through because sometimes it separates, so just make sure the holes are big enough so that you can get your yarn or string through. Let me make another bow. So now I have 2 done, and I'm gonna do 1 more. All right, so now my journal is nice and secured. So whenever make sure you put the pages in, because if you don't put the pages in, then you have to untie all of these knots and put everything back in. But this is what it would look like. And you'd open it up and there'd be all your pages. If you want to, you could put construction paper over the cereal box so you don't have to see that on the inside. On the front, I'm actually gonna paint a little bit because I actually want it to have some flowers on it. So I'm gonna put some paint down. I'm gonna take my paintbrush and just go ahead and make it my own. You can really do whatever you want with your journals. You can also get a smaller box. Maybe you have like a cracker box, or you have like an oatmeal box, like I was saying before. You can do it with any sort of, like food cardboard box. Maybe you have a mac and cheese box. You can make a really little portable journal and just follow the same steps. So I'm just gonna paint it kind of loosely, but you can make yours a little bit nicer. And then I'm gonna go in with some blue and just add some flowers. You know, something pretty that's a little white. Make sure you shake your paint. And I'm gonna add some more flowers. Sounds a little bit better. See, you can really put whatever you want on your journal. So now that you have your journal, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. But we really want to hear from you, and we really want to see your journals. So if you want to take a picture and share with us at marketing@gsnc.org, you can share your journals there, and also on tagging us on social media. And make sure you check out the other programming that's going on the GSNC website, as well as the Facebook page. And make sure you keep doing your Girl Scouting from Home patch, which can also be found on the GSNC website. So stay safe, stay well, and thank you so much.